Alright everyone, thanks for joining me today. I wanted to talk about something really interesting that I was just reflecting on for myself, and I thought it'd be cool to share it with you all. But basically, what I was thinking about is the fact that what we are when we're alone is what we truly are. Now, when it comes to our faith, that means what are we doing when we're by ourselves, when we're in solitude, when we're not in community with our other Christian believers? That's a really important thing to think about. I'm not saying Christian community is bad. That's definitely important. I mean, that's a key factor of our faith, because I mean, how are we going to share the gospel if we're not in community? You know what I mean? And also having Christian brothers and sisters to help us in our journey is always very effective in growing. So that's important. But the key part for this video is to talk about solitude and being alone. What are we doing in these times? Because what we do when we're alone, it really reveals who we actually are. Okay? So think about it like this. Maybe you're going to church, right? You're going to church, maybe you could have like small groups or whatever, doing these Bible studies and doing all these community things. But when it comes to faith, in just like a solo endeavors, you really just don't have much. And why is that bad? Why is that a bad thing? Well, think about it. Right? It might reveal some things that are lacking in your faith, all right? So maybe it's the fact that, you know, this church tonight, all right? I'm gonna go to church, so I don't think I really need to read the Bible myself, right? I mean, I'm gonna go to church, I'm gonna read the Bible then, so why do I need to spend some time by myself today and read the Bible? And if that's what you're thinking, then that might reveal some other issues that you have to take care of, right? And yeah, that's really interesting to me. I thought that what we do when we're by ourselves, what are we doing? Are we spending time with God? Are we trying to read the Bible? Are we trying to pray? Are we trying to meditate on the scriptures and do all our disciplines and work on our faith and try to know God? Are we trying to do that when we're by ourselves? Or are we just, hey, you know, let's watch some TV right now, you know, I'm feeling a bit tired, I want to relax, you know, let's read a chill book, or, you know, I have a lot of studies today, I don't really have time for God, maybe I'll sneak in a quick prayer before bed. You know, what does that reveal about ourselves? It's really interesting to think about. Yeah, because I think that what we do when we're alone affects what we do in community. So what we do by ourselves, it affects the whole Christian community. It's not just about you. And I think that's really important, because think about it like this. Maybe you have some ministry that you're doing, right? Maybe you're volunteering or trying to help out in these other ways and with other Christian people, right? How can you do that effectively if you aren't even putting time and energy into your own faith, right? Because we can try to do all these ministry work, all this service, but if we're not tapped in to the source, you know, Jesus, if we're not actually like spending time alone by ourselves with Him, man, like what can I say? Like, it's not going to be that fruitful when we're trying to do those services. So we do have to prioritize that. We need that balance of both solo endeavors in our faith as well as those community-based aspects. But yeah, that's really interesting to think about. Also, I want to bring up the idea of things that we do in secret. There might be a lot of sins or something that we're struggling with that we do when we're by ourselves. And so the title of this video, where it says what we are when we're alone reveals who we truly are. I think that's really interesting when it comes to those sort of sins. Maybe we have these sins, those closet sins, those ones that we're trying to keep in the shadows. We can't let anybody know. and then we just pile up these secrets, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what these things could be for you, but maybe it's, I don't know, like lying to your friend, right? In secret, because it's like, you're on your phone, so it's by yourself, technically. Or maybe it's, maybe watching something that you shouldn't be watching. Or, I don't know, just wasting so much time. You don't even spend time with God. So whatever those sins are for you, that affects the community, that affects the Christian community. Because when you go out to a Christian community after you just sinned, you're gonna feel shameful, right? Think of it like this. It's like you have a baby chimp strapped to your back when you're walking around in public. You think people aren't gonna notice that? Obviously it's gonna, like, people are gonna see that there's like a baby chimp strapped to your back. You can't hide it. Maybe you're wearing a raincoat, so you try to cover it, but at the end of the day, they're gonna see like that bump on your back and be like, yo, something's hiding there. It's like a hidden backpack. They rip it off and they find a baby chimp. And that's sort of what happens when we have those secret sins and we try to still serve, you know, because we feel sort of shameful. Maybe it's like we feel like hypocrites. We can't truly serve to their fullest potential. It holds us back. So, you know, when we think of those things, when we're like being tempted by ourselves, remember that it affects not only you, but affects everybody else. You can't fully be used by God when you're like trolling around, because yeah, like how are we gonna serve? How are we gonna serve God if we're trying to like backstab him like in other times of our day? So that's really interesting to me, and something that I try to think about more, because it's like, sheesh, y'all, that's crazy. So I'm gonna wrap it up for this video right here. It's 7 minutes now, but yeah, I just want to get you thinking and reflecting on what are you doing when you're by yourself. Are you spending time with God, or are you just wasting it away? Because it reveals who you truly are. Man, that's crazy to think about. And I think what's encouraging here is that if we do spend our time wisely, if we do try to seek God in these quiet times, in these times of solitude, when we're by ourselves, we can see so much fruit, man. And then when we go out into the Christian community, we can be that much more of service to others, because we weren't trolling, we weren't wasting our time, we weren't doing all these things, having all these secret stuff like holding us back. So that's all I wanted to share. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned something from this one and that it was of value to you. But thanks for watching, and see you next time, everybody.